So it's dark in here, and it has been for like 8 hours. Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here now. Yes, my house has no power. Basically what happened, I'm going to give you a whole little layout real fast, is that 2 days ago, we got a text from our electric company, whatever they're called, saying that they might turn off power due to some like safety thing. I don't know. They said they were going to turn off electricity, but they didn't say for how long. So I instantly went to Amazon and I bought some battery powered air pumps. In case you're wondering, those air pumps haven't even shown up yet. They're supposed to show up today. They're not even here yet. But what those are supposed to do is you put a battery in them, you hang them on the fish tank, and it constantly blows bubbles into the tank to keep the aquarium water oxygenated. I ordered 2 of them. I have like 8 fish tanks. Not the best planning on my part. Now, kind of leading up to this, I did some water changes. I got ready. I didn't feed the fish for a day because I knew that would possibly produce excess ammonia, stuff we don't need in there. So I kind of was a little prepared. I, did the precautions. We were good on that part. Then, the night before, which was last night, the power was supposed to go out. I went crazy. Got extension cords, laid them all through my house. Now, we have a generator, which is great. We used it on our trailer, and, I stole it, basically. And I used it in our backyard, and what I did was I ran extension cords all through the house, and I had one pop out at every single aquarium so I could plug in the filtration. So now I'm going to go ahead and flash you back to 1 a.m. So, as you can see right now, it's currently 1 a.m. Basically the power just tripped off. This was approximately 8 hours ago. The power just tripped off, so I went to every single extension cord that I already had laid out. I had to unplug the filtration, which on the aquariums was either the return pump on the saltwater tank or the canister filter or the hang on back filter. And I unplugged them and I plugged it into my extension cord. Then I came out, turned on the generator, plugged the big extension cord in, and basically that powered all the filtration for the aquariums. You can probably hear the generator in the background, but what that did was that allowed, like I said, all the flow and kind of recirculation to be back in my aquariums. Not the heating, not the lighting, not aeration, just the filtration, which is arguably one of the most important parts of running an aquarium. So here is the generator right here. I know it's loud. Now that it's light, thanks to some of the windows, I can kind of show you the setup. So I have an extension cord like this running to every single filter. And these basically go throughout the house and plug into basically every aquarium. Now also the koi pond like electricity, the like extension cord, I guess you could say, the power cord from the pump is actually buried underground and plugged into an outlet back there. So I can't actually like hook up a generator to it. I might dig it up later. We'll see how long this power outage lasts. But basically what I had to do is, because the power was turned off to the koi pond, is I literally used a leaf blower like a big air pump. Just put the leaf blower in the pond, it makes tons of bubbles. It's basically just a giant air pump, and then I'm just doing that every couple minutes, kind of keep the pond oxygenated. And if the power doesn't come on soon, I'll go ahead and give you guys an update, and then we'll hook that up to a generator.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
It's now like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, it's something. Got a generator on the pond, umbrella is not thriving, and we got electricity running in the pond. I don't want to leave it on for too long because I feel like the koi fish are pretty good. I mean, the water temperature is cold, and cold water actually holds more oxygen than warm water, and because that cold water can hold more oxygen, they can go a longer time without having their waterfall or their filter on. So now it's saying that the power is going to be back on in like 4 days, which I'm going to be livid if that happens. I'm not, oh no. This better be like a 24-hour deal. But anyway, that's kind of where we're at. We're at a standstill right now. Flow's going in the pond. That's pretty much all there is to update. Because I decided not to go to school today to, watch my fish, I also went ahead and took this time to clean out the duck coop. So it is all shiny and clean. I still got to get some stuff down the bottom. And our duckies are doing great. As you can see, they're just chilling in the sun. They got some food in their pond. Let's see, they got some lettuce, and they already ate all the peas out, but they got some lettuce in there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Ducks are doing good, and all the fish are doing well. So far, all the flow is still on. That's pretty much it. We're just waiting now.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, so it is like 30 minutes after that last clip you just saw, and I came into my room and looked at my saltwater tank, and it looked fine. The flow was going, and that was good. But I thought it would be a good idea to get the light on so I could have a little bit of light for the corals, just for them to open up and kind of do their thing for about an hour, and then I would turn the light off. Well, my light is connected to my phone, so when this light gets plugged in, I get, like, basically it pops up on my phone, and it shows me the temperature of the tank. Well, the temperature of this tank normally is about 78.8 degrees. It was at 73. So I had to go ahead and reconfigure my whole power system down here, get this back on, and basically I plugged the light into one of these, the pump into the other, and then the heater into one. So my saltwater tank is completely turned on except for the protein skimmer and the wave maker, but this should help raise the temperature. Obviously the heater's plugged back in. The only thing is I had to turn off the canister filter for my goldfish tank. They're goldfish though, they should be fine. I'll probably put a battery powered air pump on there, and the battery powered air pump should actually come really, really soon. So I'll be back when those show up in the mail. Hopefully it's sooner than later.
A few moments later.
Okay, so it's a little bit brighter because I opened the window, but we got 2 air pumps right here, battery powered ones, and then 2 batteries. Now, these say they last for 44 hours with 2 batteries, and they aerate up to 5 gallons. This tank next to me, the goldfish tank's 36 gallons, and the koi pond is around 1,000. That's a lot more than 8. But we're just gonna make it work. Just gonna open this up, and here it is right here. Take this paper out of the way. Opening this up, it looks like we have some airline tubing and an air stone right here, perfect, and that's also where our batteries go. So it looks like you can put up to 2 batteries, but it will still run on 1 battery, so I'm gonna put that like that, and then just plug this together. Drop the whole little contraption in the tank, hang this on the outside, just like that, and then switch it on. And as you can see right there, we have bubbles. So that's basically it for a battery-powered air pump. Quite a bit of bubbles for only 1 battery. It looks like it's gonna do good. I'm gonna get this little airline hose down a little bit farther. There we go. So I just went ahead and attached the airline weight, and as you can see, it's doing perfect.
2 days later.
Now, shortly after that last clip, the power came back on. So we went without power for around 13 hours. Luckily, I had all the precautions in place that went ahead and let this be a non-issue, basically. However, before we just end off this video, I think it's time that I give you some tips on what to do if this ever happens to you. So where I live, it's very warm, so I didn't really have to worry about heating too much, except until it got down to the wire in the saltwater tank got a little bit cold. Now, luckily I was able to plug the heater into a generator, but not everyone will be able to do that when there's a power outage. So what I would recommend doing is if your power goes out and you know it's gonna get cold, grab blankets, wrap your tank in blankets. Something even better is wrap it in it's like an aluminum foil blanket. They sell them online. It's designed to keep the heat in. Something like that obviously will work better, but if you have to, wrap the tank in towels or blankets to keep the heat in. Another way to keep the heat in is keep a top on the tank. Keep a glass lid on top of the tank. That will prevent heat from escaping. Another great tip. If you need help cooling your tank, you can obviously put frozen water bottles in there, or if you have a battery powered fan, you can put the battery powered fan on top of the aquarium, and that will help lower the aquarium temperature. Once again, aeration, one of the most important things when the power goes out. Get a battery powered air pump. 1 battery in here, you turn it on, you drop the air stone in your tank, and it oxygenizes your fish. Another thing, obviously, if you have a lot of tanks, get a generator. You can find some cheap generators. They're not that expensive. Some of them are, or you could even get a battery pack. It's basically a big battery pack that you can plug things into. Or you can get an air pump. I know they sell air pumps that plug into a phone charger, a phone battery pack with a USB port. There's air pumps like that. So you always wanna make sure you're ready with some sort of aeration, something like that. Or something to keep the water in your aquarium moving. Last but not least, my last tip for you guys is if you have nothing else, you have no circulation in your aquarium, your filter's dry, all that stuff, that will keep the bacteria on the filter alive, and it will allow it to kind of disperse throughout the tank and not sit in the dry filter where it could possibly die. Anyway, that is gonna be pretty much it for this video. I think we covered all the points here. You saw my experience with the power outage, and you got some tips on how to prevent your fish from dying if you have a power outage. Thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye.